Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have G.I. Joe Classified Series Snakeeyes, and this is the official release compared to the other one I reviewed, which was an exclusive. So he comes in the typical style Classified Series packaging, and then we get this crazy looking Snakeeyes art right here, which looks awesome. Now, just like all the other G.I. Joe figures, the artwork wraps around to the left side, and you can really see that because there's a hand in the sword. We've got the Rashikage symbol right there. Got Snakeeyes jumping through into combat with the sword in hand. It looks like Uzi in the other. And one thing that bothers me, and it's not the artwork is fantastic. We get the artwork of Timber down there. We get his wolf right there, but we get two Snakeeyes so far. We got the first, the exclusive that launched first, then we got the official release, but neither of them came with Timber. And that's ridiculous. Like Snakeeyes, Timber. Come on. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Gotta have Timber with them. And then it's also like, what are they going to do? We're going to have to buy a third Snakeeyes probably with Timber, or are they going to release Timber separately like the Child, like they did with the Black Series, where you pay like $15 or something ridiculous for just an accessory. On the right side of the box, we can see that Snakeeyes is number 2, and this is his file card. If you want to see what he's skilled at, go ahead and look for these symbols on the G.I. Joe website. And here we got the back of the box with that amazing artwork, and it's really showcasing all the figures that have officially been released so far, except for a lot of the vehicles. Actually, none of the vehicles on the back have been released, and then we don't have Alley Vipers yet, but this artwork is good. I just hope that they continue with this either being wave 1, and then unfortunately they had to break it down and spread it out so thin because of the virus and everything, COVID and everything. But and I hope that we get another sort of poster style image for the next official wave. That would be really cool. Or if they would transition it to the old school, you got the images of all the characters and you can go through and check it off on the back of the box if you want to, like we used to as kids, or, you know, maybe I was the only one. But this is the back of the box. One of the accessories we've seen before when I reviewed the exclusive Snakeeyes, we get this amazing looking scabbard. It's casted all in black. We got the Rashikage symbol painted in red. Looks great. Giant peg on the back. But I love the texture throughout. I do like this scabbard a lot better than the exclusive. And then, of course, the sword slides right out. Looking great. Rashikage symbol sculpted inside there, too. This is just all casted in black. Snakeeyes does come with the knife that we've seen before. And again, I love the sculpt work. You can see the screws in there. And it's just casted in black. Here we get this sculpted backpack we've seen before. The sculpt work is amazing. I really like it. We got a port there. The buckles are painted silver. It's just black plastic. And the giant peg that goes in the back. Tons of texture throughout. And one thing when I was watching Valaverse, if you go to Valaverse's YouTube channel, he shows off a lot of the Action Force stuff. And he got in his backpacks for his figures. And you can see how this one has a seam sort of wrapped around it. He's actually going to have it where you can actually utilize this backpack for storage. So this part would like pop out and stuff like that. You got to just check out his website. If you're not following the Action Force stuff, you definitely should, especially if you're into the 6-inch Joes. But this is a cool backpack. It's just cool to see, you know, the Action Force figures that are going to be coming out doing a little bit something different. One of the new accessories that we get this weird futuristic pistol with a giant hole through it, and then the silencer does fit on it. It's cast. It's like a glossy plastic, which is definitely weird. Tons of sculpt work in it. Definitely futuristic, and the silencer just pops off like so. Again, getting into like the more futuristic looking weaponry, and it's okay, but I would like the more modern stuff like the original one came with, or the first to release exclusive came with. Lastly, we get one other new weapon, and it's like a futuristic assault rifle vector. Tons of cool sculpt work, and again, it's creative, but it's like you got that giant hole in it, and then we also get that dreaded peg that we start seeing on these weapons. But you can really see the sculpt work. It looks great, but it's like, man, when you start adding giant pegs to weapons, it sort of takes away. It really does. Up close, Snakeeyes looks awesome. I mean, we've seen it before, but I do love this matte mixed with glossy finish. Like, it's pretty slick. I do like it. I like the weird little like red symbol on top. His Rashikage symbols are painted very nicely. Everything on this thing is black, pretty much, except for some of these little red spots. The grenades look great. Again, we've seen a lot of this before with the exclusive release, and so I'm going to go through it semi-quick. I love the sculpt work. The belt has some silver and red painted onto it, and again, I just love how the armor is like glossy. You know, it's the gun I actually put into the holster, which I got something else extra to show you guys just in a second. But again, they painted the buckles. The texture looks great. And his knee pads, boots, and stuff, they have shininess. That gloss really, really makes this figure. Like the mixture of the gloss with the matte, I like it a lot. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys is you got this little holster for the pistol, right? So you got that hole right there. And I think this is what it was intended for. It's stupid, but I think that's what it's for. You can plug that other gun and have it sort of supported by the holster and the other pistol. It's a little goofy, but it works and allows you to get all the gear on his actual hip. As I was getting ready to show you the next part, I just realized his elbow pads have little red slits on them as well. Now here we have that dreaded knife sheath, and this is going to be the moment of truth. And the sheath and stuff, you can see the gloss. I love the gloss that's here. The sheath is glossy. Like, I just like how they did it. I don't know, I'm getting sort of sucked in with the glossiness, but this is the moment of truth. We got the knife, and when we put the knife in, it will... Oh, wait, what? Holy crap, my knife went in the sheath. There is no resistance whatsoever. It just fit like a glove. Am I the only one that has a sheath that works on their Snakeeyes? If you got Snakeeyes and the sheath didn't work for this knife, comment down below. But just to give you guys a heads up, I did get a case from Nate's Toys and Collectibles, and the case I got had the running change Destro, so I'm wondering if they actually did a running change on the knife as well. So with the backpack plugged in, you can actually plug that gun on the side if you don't want to put the sword on there, which wouldn't make sense because you want to put the sword on there. I mean, I'm either going to have the sword attached to the backpack or have the backpack off and put the sword in the back. And speaking of the backpack looks great, but look how it sits on Snakeeyes. Look at the gap. How do you design a like a backpack for a figure and you don't have it fit snug to the back of the figure? Look at that. It plugs up here all nice and snug, and then it just flares out. Like, I don't even know if... Let me move the... Maybe this was in the way. Let me just try... Sorry, I was moving that out of the way. No, you still got that weird gap going on back there. That's sucky. One thing I love about this figure is I love how the Rashikage pops, the red pops on this. So as he's pulling the sword, you just got that little bit of the symbol popping through, and it looks great. Granted, I don't have him holding on to the sword yet. You can easily do that. I just want to show you guys that the scabbard just fits in the back. This one fits nice and snug. It looks great. So I'd probably recommend doing the scabbard on there. Or if you're not going to be doing any poses where you can see the back. I mean, the backpack's all right, I guess. Just has some issues. Now, one thing I do have, as you can see, he has that floppy waist issue. Little bit of floppy waist. And articulation-wise, I'm not going to really go over it. I mean, it has all the articulation that I did review in the exclusive. So if you guys want to check that out, go back and check out my Snakeeyes exclusive review, because I'll go into articulation. It's got all the G.I. Joe classified articulation that you want, and it's probably one of the best articulated figures out of the series so far. I really love this version of Snakeeyes over the exclusive because I really like just he's all black and very stealthy. The other one's good, so you could just sort of have him have two different outfits depending on the combat he's getting into. But if he's going at night, this is the version that I need. And you can get him holding up that gun fairly well. It's just those crappy butterfly joints. I mean, they're there. They don't do anything. Like, you can see that it's moving, but like I can't really get that nice front supporting hand like I should. So it's like, why did you even put the butterflies? Like, I know a lot of people we were excited when these figures start coming out, but now we can actually look at them and be like, okay, you got butterfly joints up here, and they don't do crap. They're doo-doo. Now, if you guys got Mezco's Baker's Dozen weapon set, there is a Uzi in there, and you can equip it into Snake Eyes' hands and put that blast effect on there, and it looks badass. I love it. You know, these things, even the magazines come out, which is great. But one thing I do have to give you a heads up on is the way the handle is in his hands. If we can zoom in there or get it to focus, it's you're stretching out the hands quite a bit compared to, you know, here, let's pop it out this way. So you got this is the gripping, and then you got the gripping handle there. So you can see how much you have to stretch out the hand to get him to hold this. So these work really well, but if you're worried about stretching out the hands, I would definitely keep an eye out for those Action Force weapon packs or pre-order them, because these definitely, for Mezco's, it doesn't matter because they're very rubbery hands. But still, these look awesome, and it looked great with them. I love posing up this figure. It's a fun figure to pose up. Articulation's there. It's sort of sucky that he's all floppy and wobbly, and his butterfly joints aren't as nice as you would expect them to be, but it's definitely a solid figure. It's awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. I like how it looks. Some of the issues that I pointed out, they're issues. Another one that I'm going to point out, he didn't come with any alternate hands, so you get stuck with 2 trigger finger hands. You don't get any fist hands or any other expressive hands, and that's sort of a bummer, because, I mean, he does martial arts, so it would have been cool to get some of those hands. So again, you can have fun posing him up. I have him drawing his sword with his that weird futuristic vector looking gun in his other hand. But, you know, my biggest issue is just like, look at the floppiness of that torso. It affects so much of the actual posing. And I'm not even putting much effort. You can just see I'm just tilting them back and forth. So it's just like, it's a little ridiculous. Is anybody else with this figure having issues with his abs like that as well? You know, comment down below on that. Now, doing a side-by-side comparison to the exclusive Snake Eyes to the regular release Snake Eyes, you can really see the difference. And you can see how a lot of people don't mind having both. I can see why people will prefer this one, because it's definitely that nighttime iconic Snake Eyes look. But this one looks awesome too, with all the extra details, the grays and stuff like that. They're both great figures, and, you know, if you get them both, you can sort of mix accessories around and stuff like that, which is good. So, decent playability, and they're exactly the same figure. I definitely can't get enough of really putting in realistic guns in their hands, because the Snake Eyes just looks really badass. I just love that whole black with the matte and gloss motif going on with them. It's an awesome figure. I'm happy to have it. And that sums up my unboxing and review of G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button for me, as it'll mean the world. And if you want to stay within the know of my channel when I'm posting out videos, go ahead and hit that silver bell notification. And make sure you guys go check out Nate's Toys and Collectibles. The link is down below, and that's where I get all my G.I. Joe Classified series that are not exclusive, my Black series, and even my Marvel Legends. So definitely check it out. Link is down below. And I want you guys to, most importantly, have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.